Good morning. I hope you can hear me well. I wanted to come on because I was inspired, and so this is the perfect time. No planning or anything, no beautiful, well, the background is beautiful. I'm here on the 34th floor of my condo, and this is where I come and walk every morning, or at least I try to every morning, so I'm not gonna even lie. Anyways, I was inspired to talk about something that came up in conversation. So, the topic of being selfish. What does it mean to be selfish? I know in the world today, the word selfish comes off with a negative connotation. It doesn't have the best connotation, but what I have learned in just these past 2 years is that being selfish is not really a bad thing. It's very important to actually be selfish. And why do I say that? The reason why I'm saying it's important to be selfish is because in the context of being that martyr, being that person who gives and sacrifice their last, they are the people who tend to feel unappreciated, tend to feel burnt out, exhausted, and tend to get maybe even a little bitter, frustrated, or angry because they've given their all, and there is an expectation that the person who is receiving would understand that they've given their all, would understand the circumstances that they have given their all in or out of. And when that doesn't happen, then there comes the negative emotions where you might even turn resentful. So, in situations like that, it is so important that you understand the way that you give, the way that you serve, the way that you help. So when I say it's selfish is not a bad thing, I'm not saying to not help, to not serve, to not give ever again, that you always focus on yourself. But the process of being selfish, becoming selfish, is important because then when you're selfish, when you go through that process of being selfish, then you find that you have taken care of yourself. You have given to yourself first. You have love for yourself. You know exactly what you need and what you desire, and you have given that to yourself first. And out of that, you have so much more to give because there is not an expectation to get back anything, to receive a thank you, to receive if you lent money out or you've given money. I'll say you've given money to someone, a family member, you're not expecting it back. And then because you have the abundance within yourself, whether you have the abundance in your bank account or not, you gave them $20, not expecting the $20 back. And if they don't give it back, you're not mad, you're not pissed off, you're not bitter, and you're not saying like, they don't even appreciate me, they don't know what I had to do to get that $20, you don't know how hard I had to work for my money. But you're giving it regardless of how hard or how much you work for it, because you already have enough and you have taken care of you. So let me see, where was I before this? Because I wanted to touch on a point. So the becoming selfish is not about, I don't see your needs, I won't give to you what you need or what you desire because this is all for me and me only. It's not that. It's you still do the same actions, you still take the same approach to life is just the way that the energy behind the approach is totally different. So there is such a thing that you can help and serve and give out of a place of lack, versus you can help, give, and serve out of a place of abundance. And when you're giving and serving and helping out of a place of lack, then that means you're expecting an outcome. You're expecting something back. And when you don't receive that back, then when you don't receive that back, then it's a big deal. It's a problem. And then you feel some kind of way about yourself, and you feel some kind of way about the person. But when you give out of a place of abundance, where you're not expecting anything back, but you're just doing it because you have it to do, you have it to give, you have it to serve, regardless of what the outcome is, whether they say thank you or not, you're still carrying the same demeanor, the same attitude. You're okay. So this topic came up because my daughter, she is the type, she's so loving, she's so caring, she's so giving. And sometimes she gives to her siblings and they don't, of course, they're not like saying thank you or you're the best, or they're not showing their appreciation. They might even reject what she's trying to do. And when that happens, it makes her feel so awful. It makes her feel so bad. And granted, we should always be grateful. We should always thank the people that are helping us and giving to us. So I'm not saying that that's not necessary. So I teach that to the siblings as well. But I always tell my daughter, hey, it's good that you're doing this, but I want you to make sure that you're taken care of first. So if she has a piece of candy and there's only 2, what she tends to do is the youngest one, she'll cry and she'll put on her tantrum because she's not getting what she wants. And so the oldest one, my oldest daughter, what she tends to do is to give to Ari and sacrifice. And although that's, some people will look upon that like, yes, you did it. After a while, that gets really, really old. You get tired of being the one that always gives. And I can see it in my oldest daughter. Like, it is wearing on her. Like, she's even said it, like, I always have to be the one that gives. Why? It's not that she always has to do it. It's because she's choosing to do it. And so what I'm wanting to teach my daughter, my oldest daughter, is, hey, if you want the piece of candy, eat the candy. Don't automatically or quickly be the first one to say, hey, you can have it, and then you go off and be sad. No. If you want it and you were in the position, like the youngest daughter was over there, and you saw the candy come out of my purse and there was only 2, you are not obligated to say, hey, Ari, do you want one? And knowing that she's going to say yes, and Aston's going to say, my son is going to say yes as well. You're in a position, you were there, and this is your opportunity to take for yourself. And so if you have it in your hand, eat it. You can share, but it doesn't mean that, oh, it's only 2, I need to sacrifice and give to my younger siblings in order for them to have. No. If you want the whole thing, eat it. And she did. And she indulged in it, and it was beautiful. She felt good about herself. And so this is where we give out of our abundance, where you've taken care of yourself, and then you're able to give to the other person and not feel like you've lost out on anything. I hope this helps. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? I'm dropping gems like this all the time, and I don't want you to miss out. Until the next time.